Coming up next, I'm giving y'all this prison story about two co-defendants that came into the prison system on demon time. Stay tuned to the Jersey Street Corner Prison Talk Show.
It's JS Corner from the prison story massacres. I be telling stories about the pushers and the traffickers, trying to keep the YNs away from the bandits. Don't eat the honey bun, don't drink the coke, don't become another.
Oh, come on, man, this ain't fair. It's two of y'all, come up and back up. Come on, man, I'll pay y'all, man. Don't do this to me, man. Come on, stop. We don't want your money. We want your ass, sucker. Get him, Roy. What up? We are back on my Jersey Street Corner, and this is the Prison Talk Show, people. So let's get into it. Alright, now, from that thumbnail, I know y'all already know this story fitting to be crazy. But before we start the story, I want to talk to y'all about another crazy subject involved in this story. Men on the down low. That's right, people. It's an uncomfortable subject, and we're going to talk about it today. Because chances are, they're all around you, and you don't even know it. It could be the guy that you talk to every day at work. It could be your best friend. There's a lot of people out here living these double lives, people. And let me tell you something. Somebody on the down low is probably one of the most violent people you will ever encounter. Because if you out them, if you threaten to expose their secret, they're not fitting. They'd rather unalive you before that secret get out. So be very, very mindful of everybody around you, people. Now, I don't know how many women are hearing this, but sometimes you gotta look at your husband or your man and question his actions. Sometimes you gotta find out what's going on. Do this dude like dudes? You gotta put him through the ringer, ladies. You gotta let him know that you ain't with the BS. You want a straight up man. You don't want no man that's undecided. Because this is what happens, ladies. There's a lot of y'all ladies out here let these shenanigans go on. Y'all know y'all husbands is big punks. And y'all just go about y'all day. Y'all just go to work. Y'all just go to the club. Do what y'all do. Meanwhile, your husband somewhere shacked up with a punk. And then he gonna come home and bring you something. Something you can't get rid of. Yeah. So before you're regretting it, ladies, give your man a thorough test to make sure he only jumped for that cat. Let me say it again, y'all. Make sure your man only jumps up for that cat. And there's little things that you could catch while y'all watching movies or y'all out on a date. If he got his eyeballs fixated on another man just a little too long, your husband might be a punk. So check him, ladies. Check him before it gets too far. And you got kids in a house. And now you're trying to explain to your children why daddy with that man. Don't let it get that far, y'all. Do not let it get that far for your own safety. Yes, safety. You think they strapping up? Nah, they doing the unthinkable. You talking about lust. These grown behind men be behind doors doing the unthinkable and then going back home to their wives and their girlfriends. And guess what? When a tragedy happens, when somebody contracts something they can't get rid of, they bring it right on home to you. Don't be a victim, ladies. Don't be a victim. And do not let your man become a punk right in front of your eyes. Now, this story I'm going to tell you out today is about two co-defendants that came into the prison together. And we're going to get into exactly how they came in and why they came in. So, Roy was a married construction worker. You know, I think Roy was around 48, 49. And Rick was a bartender. He was about 6 years younger. So, these two, they ended up coming into the jail as co-defendants for unaliving Roy's wife. And I know y'all like, whoa. Why? How? I'm gonna bring it back for y'all. Don't worry. We're gonna do the rewind. So, pretty much in a nutshell, and I'm not gonna harp too much on the before because I know y'all want to get right to the prison. These two were in a relationship. Roy was on the down low. Rick was out and open with it. He was, I guess you could call him the bottom of the bunch. And he would always tell Roy, listen, man, you're going to have to tell her about us, man. You need to tell her. You just need to tell her, man. Like, dang, it is what it is. We've been doing this for a long time. Now, Roy like, man, nah, man. I can't do that. I got kids and it's going to break up the family and this and that. Rick, his morals were very questionable. He ain't cared nothing about the kids and the wife and none of that, house, all that. All he wanted was that D. He like, look, man, you be at my house all the time. You know, I'm tired of sneaking around. I'm tired of, meeting you in the porta potty. And y'all like, ew, what? The porta potty? Listen, y'all, I told y'all, Roy was a construction worker, and a lot of his day was consumed with work. And when he had to go home and tend to them kids and his wife. So he didn't have too much time to go sneaking around. Rick had to show up at his job. If he wanted to get that D, he had to meet him in the porta potty, and Roy would take routine breaks. Yeah. He'd go in that porta potty and tear Rick's cheeks up. Ain't nobody know the difference. They'd go out at different times. Disgusting. But I guess where there's a will, there's a way, right, people? So, as time would go on, month after month, eventually, something always go wrong, especially when you having one of those kind of situations. Somebody gonna catch something, somebody gonna get sick, somebody gonna get burnt, whatever the case happens. But from my understanding, one of them contracted something, gave it to the wife, obviously, that was Roy. And the wife started looking into things a little deeper. She contracted something and she didn't say nothing to Roy right away. But when she decided to say something to Roy, she came with evidence that the only way she would have got what she had was if her husband had been sleeping around. So immediately she thinks it's a female, and she comes at him hard with the slaps and the screams and, you asshole, Now she knows, but he thinks she knows his dirty little secret, but she doesn't. She thought that he was messing with a female. Well, long story short, y'all, Rick proposed they wipe her out. They just take her out. If he don't want nobody to know his secret, just get rid of her. And Roy was like, man, hey, you know what, man? I know that's the mother of my kids, but bump it, man. It'd probably be better than people finding out, man. Bump it. Let's do it, man. Let's just do it. Now, these two conspired to take his wife out together. And they succeeded. Left those kids without a mother. And ultimately without a father. Because Roy, well, he's sitting his ass in prison. For a long time. Right along with Rick. And you know what? It's a shame to say it, but he seemed like he was happier in prison. Like he was free. He didn't have to be on the down low no more. He finally could come out and say, this is my man, Rick. That's just what it is. Who got a problem with it? And now, most of these construction dudes are sturdy. Like, he wasn't no small dude. So he went in there with a prison wife. He had to defend his prison wife from day one, from all the other bandits and the pimps and everybody else that was going to try his hand. And, well, I guess that's what he was there for. And he loved it. Now, as the time goes on, meaning these two served their sentence, they form a diabolical bond like no other, deeper than what they came in there with. These two are inseparable. They eat together. Obviously, they sleep together. And, well, they pull off, let's call it, grapings together. And guess what, people? They don't do it for commissary. They don't do it for revenge. They do it for fun. These two gang up on other inmates and grape them for fun, y'all. And they like doing it to straight ones. They don't want the boys. They want the straight ones that's going to fight. They like to fight. Yeah. Cute picture, two bandits that like to fight. Yeah. You're going to have to stab somebody, slice somebody, get them up off you. These two were diabolical. And the stories that have been told about them committing heinous acts in the prison are just crazy. Now, the way Roy was programming him and Rick, they would sit there and plot out who they prey was going to be. They would pick somebody that they wanted to bring into their stable. Yeah, they was planning on starting a whole stable of boys. And that was going to be their network, y'all. So when they went out to do a job, they was going with that in mind. Now, the whole plan was, as I was told, they would grape you and force you to be a part of their team. Now, that's crazy. But that happened. And it didn't matter how big or small you was. It was two of them. And they'll hold you down. And they'll do things to you. Bad things. And then they'll tell you, if you don't join their team, they're going to unalive you. Either that, or they're going to come back and do bad things to you every single day. You pick. I heard a lot of inmates pick the bad things over the unaliving. I don't know. Just what I heard. So, one day these two, they cornered a guy in the laundry room. And they don't waste no time. They got him, shoved him to the back corner where it's like a blind area. You can't see around the corner. And they started beating on him, pounding on him, real quick. Bow, bow, bow. Stomping him out and everything. You can hear it. They operation, they'll beat the willpower out of you. They'll make it so you don't got the energy to even fight back before they try anything. They gonna beat you down real good. Yeah, they don't want you until you squirming. So, once they get you, they got you. And most of the time, well, let me put it this way. Roy ended up having about 8 boys in his stable, just to let y'all know how those situations went down. He had 8 boys in his stable, and everybody in the prison respected him. They knew he'd fight about his, because each one of them boys was bringing him money. Yeah. And he decided which one of them boys he was going to take every night. So now him and Rick had an understanding that it ain't just them two no more. It's them and the family. And he let Rick play around with some of the boys whenever he felt like it. But Rick was his number one. Couldn't nobody touch Rick but him. Meaning, Rick could do whatever he wanted with them boys, but they couldn't touch him. The only one that could touch Rick was Roy. Now, I know y'all probably saying this sounds really diabolically nasty. And it is, people. It definitely is. We talking about grown men in prison graping each other for fun. A gang, a gap gang. Like, nah. It ain't supposed to be like that. Men ain't supposed to be having those kind of thoughts about other men in prison. It just don't happen like that. So you would think. But people, there are people in prison that live alternative lives. And you can't tell nobody how to live. All you could do is turn your head and walk away. Unless they put it right in your path, then you gotta do something about it. Alright, y'all, that's gonna be it for this story. I really hope you liked it. Like, share, subscribe. Get in that comment box and get active, people. Let me know your thoughts. Alright, with that, I'm gonna get up out of here. This is the Jersey Street Corner Prison Talk Show. I am your boy, Jersey Street Corner, and I'm out.
It's JS Corner from the prison story massacres. I be telling stories about the pushers and the traffickers, trying to keep the YNs away from the bandits. Don't eat the honey bun, don't drink the coke, don't become another victim or the butt of a joke. Don't close both eyes when you sleep or get choked. When you go to the mess hall, sit with your team, cause if you sit with some punk boy, you can get seen, then you can get dealt with. Prison justice like you never felt it. I be taking y'all back to stories of the helpless. That lava I spit, get your boys' stories melted. I spit about prison justice cause I dealt it. And you a real hater if you can't respect it. All that bullshit, yeah, I'm here to check that. Any confrontation, I'ma show up. Bet that. You a real hater, I'm here to address that. When it comes to storytelling, I'm the best at. You a real hater, I'm here to address that. When it comes to storytelling, I'm the best at.